Hi team. So today we are going to study one of the important topic, that is reading data from text file. Okay. So this is Abhinav Johari from QA Guides. If you have any inquiry related to software testing, please WhatsApp me on 919414054312. Okay. So let's start. So let me create a new property files. See, it is just same like what we used to do in our Selenium. Okay, so let me create a property file. So just right click on the module or the package. So let's create a new file. Right click on it, new file. So let's give its name as say prop.properties. See, properties file always have extension that dot properties. Okay, I have given its name as prop.properties, or you can give it as properties.properties. I'm putting the name same as properties. Extension is always properties. Okay, finish. So let's start putting some data like names. So I give section. One of my section is name. Okay, this is my section. Its name 1 is equal to QA guides. Name 2 is equal to Amit. Name 3 is equal to Shiva. Okay, let's make another section also. Okay, let's make another section underscore age. Fine, and let's put here age 1 is equal to say 38, age 2 24, age 3 4. Okay, so these are the few sections I have created, and I have described that what they are containing. One section is containing my name and another section is containing my age. Save this file. See, we can also put our URLs in it. We can also put our XPaths in it. Fine. Let me create another module so that I can read the data. Right, demo. So see, we have previously discussion also that to read the data from property files, we have a package that is config parser. Okay, we have to install it. Fine, just what we have done for Excel also. So let's install that config parser. Go to your command prompt and give here command as pip install config config parser PARSER and press enter. Okay, now what it will do, it will collect the config parser. See, it is collecting config parser and it has successfully installed the config parser. The version is 5.0.0. So just to see is it installed or not, just give pip list. Okay, now you can see that config parser has been installed with 5.0.0 version. So let's start working on it. So we need to import config parser. Let's give from config parser import config parser. So since this is a class and we need to create the object to use this class. Okay, so what I do, C is equal to config CNFIG parser. Now give the path of property files. C dot. Okay, just wait. Sorry. And take the path of your property files. Where is our property file? This is our property files. Just take the path. Okay. Give the path of your property files. And either you can give double slash or you can give forward slash. So I am giving here. So now interpreter know where is our property file. We need to use it. So there are two sections available in our property files. So let's see how we can access them. So let's print out these how many sections we are having. So what I can do, A is equal to C dot sections. So let's print A and let's run this code. It's a Python run. It is running and see it is showing me two sections are available. One is section name and another is section age. So we have two sections available here. Let me have another section, say section underscore say last name. Let's don't put the data and run it. See it is showing me there are three sections available. I just now want to check the count of sections. So what I can do, number of sections, okay, plus, so what I can do, can convert str length of a, so it will give me the total number of sections which are available. Let's run it. See it is showing total number of sections are 3. Fine. So see, we have previously done what is dictionaries. Okay, so the same way we are going to use it and retrieve the data. Okay, we cannot have duplicate data in properties also. Okay, that is of no use. Fine. So let's see how it works. So what we can do. So print. So it will retrieve data in form of dictionary. So what I can give the object C. Okay, give the section. Say, see, spelling should be correct. Okay, let's take the section name. Fine. Okay, and I want name 2 or name 3. Let's take name 2. Save it and run it. See, if we were having the data here name 2 as Amit, so we finally got that data. Okay, so we can get another section also, say comma. Just be with me. This is intention I am doing. Copy it. Let's put in place of name, let's put age. is to save and run it. See, it's good to go. It is showing me Amit 24. See, this is the way we can get the data and we can use these data. See, in Selenium, where we will be using the XPath, we will be storing these XPath in this property file. Okay. Now let me make it more systematic that we can access the complete data. What we can do, name 1, name 2, name 3. See, it is showing me the complete data. Now assume that I am having multiple hundred of keys. Is this the right approach? No. How? This is not the right approach. So what we can do in that case? So we can use the another approach, that is with the help of dictionaries. What we can do? So let me do a separator. So I have a print statement in which I will have a dictionary. Say dictionary is dynamically growing, so we don't need to worry about it. So give dic c dot. See, item here is the section name. Item here is the section name. Just go here. So as many as keys are there in this section name will now get printed. Let's see, run it. See, we have QA guides. Name 2 is Amit. Name 3 is Shiva. So let me print another section also. Let's put age and let's put last name. Save it and run it. See, it is showing me age 38, 24 and 4. Okay, it look good, fine. Suppose I have more name, say name 4 is equal to Neha, name 5 is equal to Pearl, name 6 is equal to Abhinav. Save it. So now to retrieve this data, I don't have to make any changes. I have to see this will, if we have this dictionary structure, it will automatically call all the data. See, you must know about dictionary. I have taught you in the previous classes. Okay, so we got name 2, name 3, name 4, name 5. All the information is coming. But here we can get the specific data. Okay, here we can get the specific data. These three datas. Okay. This is one of the way which we can gather the data. We will be studying the next way when we will be dealing with frameworks. So how we can get the data in another way also. See, in Selenium also I have discussed related to this path, and here also I want to discuss this path. Say this path is static in nature. Suppose if we change the machine, the path will change. So how we can deal these type of static path by making them dynamic? Let's see. So what can we do is this. So we have a c.read. Okay, and here what I can do, give the path, import this path class. Okay, dot. Okay, in this we have a function that is absolute path, and in absolute path give the path dot parent. See, I know these things because I have been working from say now 2 years on Python. Okay, see, here till here we don't know what the exact path is. We don't know what the exact path is. Now just concatenate. See, here from here we are in parent directory. Just give the path as of your property files. This is the path. Copy it, paste it, save it. Let me comment this, save it, and let's try to run it whether beta is coming or not. So it is showing me error. The reason behind is that it will take the path till QA, guys. We need to specify module line. So what I do, I just drag and put this in QA guides, this file. Okay. Fine. Now let's see what path it is showing. First of all, it is very useful that we should know the which path it is showing to me. Okay. So either you can also do one thing. You can put here module 9. Okay. Down slash save and now run. Let's see it is going on the correct path. Okay. We need to read that data. I have removed that. So currently where we are, where let's see the path of this file. Properties. Okay. Now it's moved to QA guides. So do one thing, remove this line, save it. Now make it as c.read, which we did here. Okay. I was just trying to print. I was just trying to get the exact path. Okay. Don't get confused. Now see, we are getting the correct data. Actually, what happened that time? It take path, this parent directory. What is the meaning of parent directory? The module line parent directory is QA guides. Okay. So it will go till this path and try to find it there. Now what we have done, we have put it this in under parent directly only. If you move it under your module 9, okay, then you have to provide your module 9 here also. Save it and run it. Now it is getting data from here. Okay. So now any place you move, okay, you will don't have to worry about the parent directory. You have to just see, is it under a directory, then give its path. If it is not under a directory, then directly put properties dot your file name. Okay, got the things. So now this path has become dynamic. Okay, it can be used on any of the machines if you move your code. This is how you can work with your property files. If you have any issues, please let me know, or you want to do training for Selenium with Python, please contact us on 919414054312. Thank you.